Are you hesitant about building an online course because you're afraid that if you put in a bunch of work to build it, to get it out there, then nobody's actually going to care or buy it? Super common. I hear this all the time with people when I'm helping them build online courses. And the truth is that anybody can build an online course. Anyone can shoot a couple videos or record a couple things and then throw them into a system, like Kajabi or a WordPress site or anything like that. But can you do that? Make it a quality course that gets people results and make sure that it can actually sell, let alone sell it hands off multiple different times over and over again. Well, I can tell you from experience, I've been there on both ends of the spectrum. I have built many, many different courses. I think I built about 6 different courses before I actually made one that sold, and it sold hands off. I had sold courses by having conversations with people and all that, but I remember distinctively the day that I officially wrote out emails and everything, and I went out, did a launch, and sold a course to someone who I'd never met before for $200. I had never even spoken with them, only through email, and it was an automated email sequence. And I just got the notification, was like, what? It was the coolest thing. And it really, honestly, just doesn't get old. So I want to help you achieve that sort of experience, really. And really, it comes down to 2 things that we need to do before we ever start building a course. First is a great customer research, and second is a solid, intriguing product or course outline. When you have those things, you get some feedback from people, then you can be confident that the juice is worth the squeeze and that you can go out and start building the course. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to do both of those things so that you can have the utmost confidence in building your next course. Let's dive in. Welcome to episode number 9 of the Profit Your Knowledge podcast. I'm your host, James Allen, here to help you turn your knowledge, passions, and skills into an online business, be your own boss, and build yourself a life of freedom. Today is going to be a value-packed episode talking about a couple things to do before you ever start creating an online course. This is the work before the work. There's a great quote I heard, I don't remember who it's by, but it says, it's not our willingness to win, or it's not the will to win that counts, it's the will to prepare to win that counts. And that's what today's episode is all about. So before we dive too deep into the content, I do want to say welcome if you are new to the podcast or the YouTube channel. I have a special gift that I like to give people. And if you have been listening for a while, but you haven't picked this up yet, what are you doing? Pick it up. This is a 5-step action plan, if you will, a guide that's going to walk you through how to start an online business. If you're in a place where you're working a job that you're just not happy with, you want to be your own boss, you want to take control of your schedule, or maybe you've been a business owner teaching fitness or pottery or whatever it is, or how to do golfing, you've been a trainer, a coach, anything like that in your local area. Now you want to move to an online space and make more of a global impact. This is going to be a great resource for you. I laid out the exact action plan, literally, in 5 simple steps that you can take. And it's an actionable plan, literally tells you exactly what to do. It's short, it's concise. It gives you steps to start from no idea, absolutely, or maybe if you have an idea, how to find your target audience. And then we talk about how to build products, what to price them at, and also how to get discovered, how to bring people to your website, all that kind of stuff. And then we even talk about how to create an automated system, getting discovered, and then selling the things that you know, that you love, that you're good at. And you can do all this online. So it's literally just an overview, walks you through, but most importantly, it's an action-packed overview where you could literally take this and build your own online business, because I have videos that I link to inside of it so you can get a better idea. It's really like a mini course, if you will, a mini course inside of a PDF. So it's my gift to you if you're thinking about starting an online business, or maybe you just want to try a different approach, grow, create more scalable income in your existing business, teaching things that you know. But you have to teach things. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, it won't be super valuable to you. It's not for e-commerce or anything like that. So to pick up your action plan, the guide, just go to profityourknowledge.com/guide, and you can start building your online business today. So let's start talking about online courses, the work before the work in creating an online course. When it comes to creating an online course, anyone can build an online course. like I said before. Building it to where it can be sold repeatedly, that's a different animal. And yes, it comes down to copywriting and some different skills you need to develop. But a lot of times it just comes down to doing good customer research and having a solid course outline that you can show people. And just your outline alone should be juicy enough where people would consider buying the course just from the outline alone. And we'll get into how to actually build all this stuff as we go throughout this episode. So first things first, a course. And I just want you to understand this fundamental piece to building online courses. A course isn't just a pile of information. It's not just a bunch of information thrown together. A course, a great course, is a step-by-step system that gets somebody a specific result. Step-by-step system that gets a specific result or solves a specific problem. That's what a course is. So I'm big on creating content. And when it comes to creating content like a podcast or YouTube channel, your blog or things like that, we should create a lot of content because that casts the net out to get discovered and bring leads to the business. But when it comes to a course, it's flip-flopped. We want to make a course as short and streamlined as possible to get someone a transformation, to get them a specific result. That's what matters, okay? And each course should have one specific result that it's built around. And you can make a mini course, you can build a full-fledged course. And the thing about courses is that they take a lot of time. It can take months or even years of doing research and building out the course and shooting the content and, all this stuff. It takes time, building out sales pages, all of that stuff, okay? So it's hard to consider actually doing that if you're like, well, what if nobody buys it? And the truth is that people may not buy your first course, depending on where you're at. It took me 6 courses or so, something like that, 5, 6 courses until I sold one hands off. I did sell some through friends and stuff like that, but until I sold someone to a complete stranger, completely hands off, it took me a long time to figure it out. But I did, okay? And it was due to these 2 things. So the first and most important thing above anything else is customer research. A course is designed to solve a specific problem, step-by-step system that solves a specific problem. So in our customer research, we want to find a big specific problem that we can solve. And you can think about this stuff in the top of your head, but the best way to go about it is to actually find what people are struggling with on the interwebs and have conversations with people and then dissect what that number one problem is. So here are a couple things that you can do to actually make this a bit easier for you, kind of streamline the process. The first thing we want to do in terms of customer research is create a customer research document. So open up a Google Doc. That's what I like to use. Make sure it's easily accessible on your computer or your phone or your tablet if you're one of those kind of people. And just call it customer research for my blank course. Whether you have a name or not, you can adjust that down the road. Basically, what we want to do is with this document, or you can use a spreadsheet as well, we want to break it up into 3 separate sections. First, the first section is pains, challenges, and frustrations. So as you're having conversations with people, which we're going to get into, as you're doing research and the different models and methods and stuff that I'm going to share with you in a minute, anything interesting that you find about pains, challenges, and frustrations that people are expressing, you're going to throw in word for word what they're saying into this section, pains, challenges, and frustrations. That's section 1. Section number 2, hopes, dreams, and desires. Anything related to hopes, dreams, and desires that you find interesting, put inside of this category or section of your customer research. The third section is obstacles, objections, barriers, and uncertainties, or you can just call it objections, barriers, and uncertainties. What are the things getting in the way of where they're at, what they're frustrated with, where they want to be, and then the things that are getting in the way of that. Okay, so it could be time, money, I don't have a supportive spouse. There's a lot of stuff that you can find. And just by browsing through the internet, you can find so much juicy stuff and put in there, but also through conversations. Okay, so just to recap, your customer research document, write this out, pause it right now, pause this episode, set it up on your phone, whatever. Pains, challenges, and frustrations, category 1, hopes, dreams, and desires, category 2, objections, barriers, and uncertainties, category number 3. Anything interesting you find, put inside the matching category. All right, that's all we're doing. Now we want to get into the customer research piece. Now you have your document. Here we go. Great place to start is bestsellers, best-selling books. for the idea that you have. So you have a topic idea, let's say like weight loss or something. If you want to teach people about how to lose weight fast and stress-free, then start typing in like best-selling weight loss books. Or if you teach people how to improve their golf swing, best-selling books on golf or golf technique, you can type in and look at these. If you just Google that, you'll get a huge list of different books, and go to Amazon.com, put in the books. If you have a list of 5 books, start with one, put it in there. Or you can even look on Amazon bestsellers. Amazon bestsellers are a bit different than like a New York Times bestseller. It's a lot more difficult to become a New York Times bestseller than an Amazon bestseller. A lot of people can do that, okay? I have friends who get brand new people that nobody knows about and they become an Amazon bestseller. Okay, I haven't done it yet, but I know that it's way easier than becoming a New York Times bestseller. So if we can look for those more, I guess, high-profile bestsellers, that is a better option, okay? So find those books, look them up in Amazon, and go to the reviews. And when you type in the book, you can, or type in bestsellers for weight loss or whatever your niche is, insert your keyword. There's a section to the right where it says sort by. And if you click on that, it'll drop down a little window and just go to most reviewed. That's what you do first, okay? Because you want to find a lot of reviews. What are people saying about these books? Go to books that are bestsellers that have a lot of reviews and just skim through the reviews. Look through 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all of the stars. Typically, 3-star reviews are going to have a lot of good stuff because it's unbiased. It's not being totally in love with the author or the book or totally hating on the book. That's like a 5 and a 1-star review. Okay, but you can find a lot of good stuff for all of it, all right? The most unbiased, typically the most quality are around the 3 to 4, even the 2, okay? They start kind of getting a little hate-ish inside the 2 and the 1s. But anyway, look at that. Just read what people are saying about this book, because a book in a form is like a course. It's like a video course. It's just in a book form. Okay, so people have to read it or listen to it, but it is a course. It solves a specific problem. Okay, so what we're doing is essentially the same thing as these bestsellers. Just these best-selling books have put teams and teams behind and tons of money into creating this research and doing their own research to create the book. Okay, so just skim through the reviews. Anything you find interesting, put inside of the 3 categories that we talked about earlier: pains, hopes, or objections. The other option that you can do is YouTube comments. When you go into YouTube, just type in what your target market would be looking into, like how to lose weight. And the search function alone will tell you, it will give you auto-populated suggestions of what people are actually typing in. So if you type in how to lose weight, it says things like how to lose weight in your midsection, how to lose weight in the face. And it gives you how to lose weight over 40, okay, for men, for women. There's all these different options, okay? So you can just get some information from that alone, but also click on it, look at different videos, look at different reviews and comments that people have. Not reviews, comments on YouTube. People pour their heart and soul out in YouTube comments. It is crazy. Okay, and I talk about that a lot because it's such a fundamental piece, but I can find so much gold inside of YouTube comments just by skimming through. A lot of them kind of fluffy. It's like, oh, this person's amazing, great video, whatever. I don't agree with this, but sometimes you get look for comments that are actually having more of a conversation. Sometimes, and what I typically find is that YouTube videos that don't have a ridiculous amount of comments, like thousands of comments, and actually have like 20 to 50 comments, are actually more beneficial than the big ones, the ones with like 20 to 50 comments, because they're smaller channels and these people are actually like clients of these people, or they're considering working and they've been following like these smaller channels for a while, and you can actually find some really good stuff. But look for videos and just skim through the comments, and you can find this really fast, where people are actually expressing these things: the pains, challenges, and frustrations, hopes, dreams, and desires, or their obstacles and objections and barriers and uncertainties, all those things. And just read through and copy and paste what those things are that people are experiencing. Okay, and we'll get as to why in just a moment. So YouTube comments, best-selling book reviews, Amazon.com is a great resource. Another one is Udemy.com. If you go to Udemy, if you don't know, Udemy is an online course platform where people sell online courses. They're like $14, so I wouldn't recommend selling it yourself. I'd rather sell it at a higher price through your own website. It's much more effective, much more rewarding, I guess. But in Udemy reviews, there's a lot of people that are selling courses and a lot of people commenting and reviewing these courses and a lot of people buying these courses. So if people are buying these courses, you already know that it's a topic that people are willing to pay for. So if you go into udemy.com, you can type in a keyword or whatever topic you're thinking about building your course around. And again, just like Amazon, go to sort by most reviewed. There's a little tab, a little drop-down menu there. Most reviewed. And when you get into Udemy, you can find them. Just look through the reviews, see what interesting stuff you can pull and put into your customer research document in the 3 categories. Okay? So best-selling books, YouTube comments, Udemy reviews. And then if you have questions about this at all, let me know down in the comments on YouTube, or you can just reach out to me through my website. Okay, in-person conversations is probably the best one because you can tailor the conversation how you want. Just talk with people who are interested in what you actually are creating. If someone's really interested in losing weight, sit down, talk with them. You're not selling anything. You're just having a conversation with them. Even if it's a family friend or a friend of yours, or maybe a relative, sit down and just talk to them. Be like, hey, I'm thinking about creating a course that's going to help people lose weight or improve their golf swing. Go to those people that are actually interested in this or that are struggling with these things. Okay. And in terms of what to ask them, just look at your customer research document. Go over their pains, challenges, frustrations. Tell me what's frustrating about that. Why is that? And dig deep with people. Ask them questions. Just keep digging down as deep as you can go. But think about their pains, challenges, frustrations. Explore their hopes, dreams, and desires. And then ask them, what are the objections you have? What are the barriers or the uncertainties that you have that are coming up and causing this to be so difficult for you? Oh, well, I don't have the time, or I just have no motivation to do it. Whatever it is, write all that stuff down, take exactly what their words are and put them into your document. Now what we want to do, after you've done all this research, we want to add interesting points into this document, like I said, and then look for the top 1 to 3 things or the topics or pains or dreams that people have that keep coming up. Because you're going to notice when you start building up this list of customer research, you're going to realize that one thing is just really coming out. This one specific thing. It's like maybe just starting my business is the hardest piece to the people you're talking with, or how to lose weight fast. Maybe that's it. So you want to come up with some faster ways for people to lose weight. And it can be like, I don't know what it is for you, but maybe if you're thinking about helping people with golfing in general, it's specifically about getting my swinging technique down. That is such a specific result and problem that's going to have huge benefits once they solve it to their game. Okay, and that's going to help them. So that's a great topic to create a course around if you were in the golfing niche. But I hope you can see the idea here. We're looking for the trends in all the customer research that we're doing. And you just kind of have to dissect that. But the more research you do, the more you're going to find these trends that are going to be the best result or problem that you can solve for these people and create into a course. And then after you've done that, it's always great to get feedback from people. Like, would you be willing to pay for something like that? And get feedback, ask people these questions. Like, is this a big enough problem where you would actually pay for it? Sometimes people are like, dude, I'd pay money. I don't care how much it is to just solve this problem if you could actually help me do it. Awesome. You're a problem solver as a business owner. So now you've done your customer research. Now we want to create a solid course outline, something that is intriguing for people. Like I said in the beginning, if you can create a course outline that is intriguing enough just to look at it, just to browse through it, and it would cause someone to say, I would buy that course. That's what we're going for, okay? So what we want to do in terms of creating a course outline, you can even copy these and make this up and kind of categorize this on a Google Doc yourself. But we want to come up with a name of your course. The name of the course should speak to the specific transformation of whatever the course is going to deliver on. An example with a golf swing. If you got your golf swing, we could call, or that was what the course was about, we can call your course something along like the perfect swing. It could be. And it's like, oh, wow, like, I don't know. That's just a nutshell of an idea, just me throwing out something. But it speaks to, it's short, it's concise, it's intriguing, and it speaks to the main desire that people want to achieve. Okay, so I'm actually creating a course right now called Effortless Income, and it's about how to create evergreen content and then bring people over to your website, make sales so you can create income, and eventually you create this infrastructure in the system that makes it more passive and more of a passive income model. Okay, because that's what I've learned. That's what I love. That's what I've done in my life. And it's just the coolest business model in my opinion. So I love teaching it. But effortless income. Another great tool or practice that I've heard about was called it's called the crowded bar technique. Basically, if you think that you're inside of a crowded area, if you imagine you're in there and someone's talking to you about business and they ask you about a course that you're creating, but it's really loud and, just a lot of people inside of there, and you can explain to them the name of the course and they get it just from the name of it. They're like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. Then that's a good course name. But you don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of time just on the name of your course. It's good to come back to it. Just make it speak to the specific, the number one benefit or transformation that this person's going to get, and make it short, like 3 words or 4 words, and concise. Okay. But it speaks to that number one benefit or transformation. And it's going to be intriguing enough to pull someone into consider looking more into it. If I tell people all the time, when creating a course called Effortless Income, they're like, ooh, they kind of perk up and they want to look into it because they want effortless income. Okay. Name the course. And then we want to come up with a brief description of the course. So just write out a short paragraph. What does this course do? Who does it help? And why should people care about it? That's what we want to cover. So answer those questions inside of this short paragraph. After you've done that, we want to create a price or come up with a price. And when you come up with a price, don't just come up with one. Don't just say it's going to be $97. Come up with two to 3 tiers. I like to just stick with 2. It keeps it simple. 2 different options that people have that they can pay for. So let's say it's a $97 course on how to perfect your golf swing, because that's going to have huge dividends. They're going to help you with your game in terms of competition or whatever it is. And you can end up making that money back depending on how you market that course. $97, but then you get a $197 option. And that $197 option is the course content itself, but then you also get direct feedback from the course creator. So they just be like, if I was helping people perfect their golf swing, I would say, I want you to videotape yourself doing your golf swing from a couple different angles and then send me the videos. I will review it and I'll send you back a video and give you my feedback on things that you can improve. Do you know how valuable that is? Like, yeah, it's $100 more, but you're getting direct feedback from the creator and you're getting all the content together. Huge value add. But if you get the $97 course, you're not going to get that direct feedback, but you're still going to get some awesome content that's going to help you perfect your golf swing. So think of a couple different options that you have, or a couple different price tiers, and just think about a price range for now. Okay, so 97 to 197, great price range for a course that you're going to create, by the way. It's affordable for people, but also it's something that is going to give you some good income as well, especially when you get it not churning, but you get it automated, okay, where you can make multiple sales a week or a month or even a day, making $100 here, $100 there. So anyway, now I want to move over to the table of contents. What's the actual course lessons are? We could talk a lot about this, but really when we're here, like, I'm not going to tell you how long your course should be. Make it as short as possible, but long enough to elicit a transformation, to get somebody a specific transformation, like perfecting their golf swing, for example. But really here, we want to come up with intriguing titles just for the lesson titles. Because if people can look at the lesson titles and be like, oh, I got to learn that one. I need to learn this one. That is what I want. And it's at all of the titles speak to someone, say, I need to learn that. I want that benefit. That's what we want, because that is going to help with course completion rates, where people actually want to finish the course because the titles are so good. They're so benefit driven, so intriguing for them. A great example of this is called the bookstore method. And I learned this from my mentor, Graham Cochran. The bookstore method is if you think that you go inside of, or imagine you go inside of a bookstore and you're looking on books for relationship advice. You're going through, there's tons of books. There's like walls of books on relationship advice. And you're looking through them, and one of them just really sticks out to you just because the name sticks out to you. So you grab the book, you open it up, and what do? You read the table of contents. When you read through the table of contents, if the book is really good, it's like, dang, I want to learn about that. I need to learn about this. That speaks to my pain point. That's my exact desire. That's my exact frustration of why I think I can't do this. It's crushing objections just from the table of contents. That is what we're going for here. Okay, so we want to come up with benefit-driven names that are intriguing, They're catchy, they got a good hook to them, and they're benefit driven. So here are a couple examples. You can come up with 2-part titles. This is from Tim Ferriss, and Graham also taught me about this. 2-part titles is where it says something like sustainable fitness and then a little colon. That's the first part. The second part would say choosing the right exercises for your body type. So that could be intriguing. Sustainable fitness, choosing the right exercises for your body type. From my own course, I have one module. It's not a 2-part title or one lesson. It's called How to Never Run Out of Content Ideas. Pretty straightforward. How to never run out of content ideas, because I know that is one of the biggest challenges that people have and the biggest fears people have that causes them not to make this thing happen. They're afraid that, what if I run out of content ideas? Here's how you never do it. Here's how you never run out of content ideas. Okay, cool. That answers a pain point of mine. Another one is how to scale your business with digital products or digital courses. I have one that's all about like creating your sales page, and it's about copying. Or copywriting. It's called Copy and Paste. How to write an effortless sales page. Okay. Who wouldn't want to write an effortless sales page? Make it effortless, make it easy. Okay. That's what people want. They want ease and effectiveness. And copy and paste. It's kind of intriguing because that's what we're doing. We're doing a bunch of customer research, copying that, and then pasting it into our sales page and filling in the gaps with epic copy. Okay. So those are kind of ideas that I want you to think about. Make it intriguing. It doesn't need to be a 2-part title, but make sure it's speaking directly to the pain points that people are having. And if you can find a pain point, like I'm struggling with this, I always run out of content ideas. I'm afraid of running out of content ideas. That's a customer research you find from like a YouTube comment. Flip it. Here's how you never run out of content ideas. A benefit-driven title for one of your lessons. Okay? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So after you've written out all of your lesson titles and you've organized them, now what you can do is get some feedback from people, but the outline doesn't stop there. Now what we want to do is also create and come up with a surprise over deliver. Graham Cochran taught me about this in terms of building courses. He's like my dude, but it's so valuable because he was the first person who actually taught me about this and who actually expressed it in his own teaching. A surprise over deliver. As soon as someone buys your course and they join it, let's say the golf swing course, they buy their course like, I want to perfect my golf swing. I got the 197 option because I want to get the coaching. Then you go to another one and it tells you just about like nutrition and exercise habits that are going to help you have better endurance playing golf. So you can stay in the zone, stay focused longer. Like that's just a surprise over deliver lesson that gets added that they never mentioned in their emails or in their launch or their sales copy or anything. Never mentioned it. It's just like, welcome video. Hey, by the way, I gave you an extra video about blank, blank, blank. Benefit driven. Really encourage you to come up with some sort of surprise over deliver that's just like a great cherry on top as soon as someone pays for it, because it's going to eliminate refund requests, because that's like, who does that? You know, going above and beyond. Also come up with your bonus, even if it's a small course with like the $97 option, you should have some bonuses for the baseline version. Okay. With the golf swing, let's say it's a couple like worksheets or a worksheet with different exercises to practice your golf swing. It could be worksheets, PDFs, an additional piece of video content that is a bonus. Like, by the way, I'm throwing this in. Okay. But then you have your premium level bonuses that separate the lower tier from the higher tier. An example of that would be, it could be extra modules or extra lessons that you add. It could be extra worksheets that you add, or it could be some sort of coaching, some scalable version of coaching, like the golf swing. I'm going to actually review your golf swing, film a couple different angles. I'll check it out. Okay, so come up with the different levels of bonuses and make sure that the 97 to the 197, for example, is a big enough stretch where it's like you can justify why it's $100 extra, like getting the coaching. I think I should create a golf course after explaining that because I'd pay for that. I like golfing. All right. After you've done all that stuff, now we want to just answer a couple questions. And these are important for you to consider. 4 of them. Okay. Number 1, what will people gain after buying and using this product? If they buy it and they actually use the product, what are they going to gain in their life? Answer that. Okay. But really consider it. And these questions are designed to really help us think outside the box and help us understand the value that we're delivering people instead of just building a course just to like make some sales, you know? We're transforming lives. That's what we're really doing here. So what will people gain after buying and using this product? Next question, what will people lose if they don't buy and use this product? What are they going to miss out on? Write down your answer. Number 4, what makes this course legit? Why does this course work? Well, this is because of my 20 plus years of experience in golfing. This is because this is backed by science. It's backed by research because I've seen it happen in my coaching clients that I'm already working with. It's worked in my own life. But write these things down because, again, it gives you the confidence that the juice is worth the squeeze and that you need to make this course because it's going to make an impact. And the last question is, what makes this product unique from other options? What makes this product different from other options? It can be similar to helping people perfect their golf swing. Maybe nobody does that. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But what makes it unique is that you give people direct feedback coaching on their golf swing, using that as an example. Okay, but write down what makes it unique from other options. And if you can't think of anything, come up with some stuff because this is going to help you make your product unique from other options. Okay, so that is literally a breakdown of my course outline worksheet that I do every time I build an online course. All right. But these two things are really going to help you create better quality online courses. And after you've created your outline and you've done your research, get feedback from people. Constantly be checking in with people. Be like, hey, can you read through my outline? Like, does this seem intriguing? And obviously talk to people that are interested in what you have to offer. Like, they may even pay for it. Sometimes you'll get people who read through it and they're like, dude, I don't even care how much it is. Like, let me pay for that. Like, put me on a wait list or something. I want it. Then you can really be confident that this course is worth you putting your time and energy into. The juice is really worth the squeeze. Okay. One other idea, actually, if you're really stuck, because a lot of people struggle with this in terms of creating some names for your modules, is if you look at the best sellers that we talked about in your niche or type in your keywords, and look for those different books. If you look into the table of contents, look at the titles that they are using and use those as inspiration because, again, they've done tons of research, okay? And just kind of use that. Use these other best-selling books for inspiration. Don't just steal and copy their exact words, but you can steal the thought behind it and the idea behind what they're talking about and make it your own, all right? So try this out. Literally make these documents that I talked about, the customer research document, the course outline document, and run through this episode. Use it. Okay, I want this to be a resource for you. And talking to resources, if you haven't already done it yet, pick up the 5-step action plan. It is my gift to you. If you're really wanting to start an online business, there's no harm in this. It's totally free. Okay, it's my gift to you just to see how online business is truly done. And the cool thing is that when you see this, you're going to realize so many different people are doing this. Okay. And it's just interesting to notice it and how they're doing things. And that's going to be beneficial for you because you'll be able to see how people are doing their lead magnets and putting together automated email sequences. Like, this is real online business. Okay. It's not a scam. It's not a joke or anything. This is the process that has helped people build 5, 6, and even 7-figure online businesses, myself included. I'm not the 7-figure mark yet, but my mentors they teach this model as well, and they are, okay? So this stuff does work. It's worked in my life just on a smaller scale. And if it can work for me, like, seriously, it'll work for you, okay? But that's all I got for you. If you got value from today's lesson, please leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube channel. It really does help me, and it shows me that people are engaging with this. But yeah, and if you really did get value from this and you know someone else who's thinking about creating an online course and maybe they're stuck or they're nervous, or you hear people talking about this and you feel that this would be a valuable resource to share with them, please share it. It does help with the algorithm and all that kind of stuff and help me grow the channel, okay? So that's all I got for you. Take what you learned here today. Make sure you download the 5-step action plan because it is my gift to you. It's totally free. But take what you learned here today, get out there, start doing customer research, build out your course outline, and then, get out there and just crush it. Make a course that really is going to make an impact in the world. And I will see you in the next one.